and we'll fly. We'll fly away, away, away. Yeah, we'll fly.
Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. This was meant to be up on Tuesday, so I'm sorry for that. It's my fault. I couldn't get it up on Tuesday. I was just too late to watch all the games. But yeah, this will be up on Wednesday most likely because it's Tuesday now, so I should be able to get it up the next day. So yeah, if it's not on Wednesday, it'll be on Thursday. You'll see it is the point. Anyway, let's start with Arsenal. I'm getting more and more frustrated with Arsenal and with Emery as well. But I still will stand by Emery. Okay, I'm not going to go Emery out this early. I think he deserves a chance. He deserves a couple years at least. I want to see what he can do with this team. And if it means selling Ozil and Ramsey, then well, Ramsey's going to go anyway to Juventus. I said months ago, if Ramsey leaves, he leaves. So he's gone now. I just don't get why he's not being played. Because I'm sure he'll give 100% until the end of the season, because that's when he'll leave. But we're playing Guendouzi instead of him. Guendouzi is not bad, okay? He's a young prospect, he's talented, but that's the thing, he's a prospect. He has potential, but we shouldn't be playing him so often. It doesn't make any sense to be playing him so much when we got Ramsey sitting on the bench. It just doesn't make any sense. And the fact that Ozil is just not in the team at all, it's a bit weird, you know. Even if he doesn't fit your system, why not put him on the bench at least? And I don't think it's injuries. Like, he might have been injured this season, but I don't think all this time he's not been there because of an injury. I just don't see it that way. I'm pretty sure there's something going on behind the scenes. But even if he doesn't fit his system, why not just put him on the bench as a bench option at least? You know, we're paying him $350,000 a week. That's a high wage. If we're not going to play him, we need to sell him. At least put him on the bench if you're not going to sell him. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with everything. And apparently we can't even buy players because of our finances. And people are blaming Kroenke, who I guess he is partly to blame, but it's also bad management of money. We've not spent our money wisely. We've given players high contracts, and we're selling players at a very low rate. Like, I can't remember, there was a thing I saw somewhere where we sold like 5 key players for like a very low amount of money, and it's just not on. Like, other clubs, they sell their players for good money, and it helps them with financial fair play and helps with finances as well. We make stupid investments. We don't sell players for high enough prices. Like, a good example in the past is Chesney. We sold him for 10 million. Now, I get that he wasn't that good for us. I mean, he was great for a season, a couple seasons, but he did make some mistakes which led him to getting dropped. But the fact that he was really young, and we sold, and he had potential. He clearly had potential. He already won a Golden Glove in the Premier League when he was really young. He clearly had that potential, and we sold him for just 10 million, and now he's a starter for Juventus. And I know that we couldn't have known that at that time because he wasn't playing that well at the time we sold him. But still, I mean, that's just one example. That's just the one I could think of. That's why I said Chesney, because I just thought of that straight away. But I'm sure there's other examples where we just sold players too cheap or let them go for free, and it's just not worked out. Like, we had Alexis Sanchez and we just swapped it for Mkhitaryan. And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, poor management from the owner. Well, Gazidis left us in a mess. Wenger's not blameless, you know. He left us in a bit of a mess as well. With the contracts and everything, obviously, I'm sure he had control of the contracts. I mean, I think Gazidis did as well, but I think Wenger definitely had some sort of control over contracts. But yeah, we're stuck with this financial situation now, and apparently we can only loan players, which is just ridiculous. But at least we know what the situation is. If it was Wenger, and I don't hate Wenger, but if it was Wenger, he'd be like, no one's available. That's probably what he'd say. He wouldn't come out and say, we can't buy any players. Like, we physically can't buy any players. So yeah, it is what it is, you know. I'm not a big fan of our owner, to be honest, Stan Kroenke. He doesn't seem as bad as we make him out to be, but he doesn't really invest in the club, which is annoying. And he does own a lot of clubs, but you know, it's just a bit silly, isn't it? But anyway, on the pitch, I'm meant to be talking about the games here. I'm meant to be talking about the game, not the whole situation of Arsenal. On the pitch, we were terrible. This is one of the worst games we played. Maybe the worst this season. Just the way you look at it. If you look back on that game, God, watching the game was one thing. Seeing us just misplace passes, like pass it, always making the wrong pass, even though there's an obvious pass there to play it forward, making a wrong pass, passing when we should shoot, and when we made the right pass, there was not enough weight on the pass to make it to the player, and it was just so frustrating to watch. And it was even worse when I went on Twitter. I went on Twitter and I saw a 2-minute compilation of our mistakes, and it just made it look so much worse. It was ridiculous how bad we were. And yeah, West Ham played well, you know, credit to them, but we were so bad. And Emery, even though I'm still going to back him, he's not blameless, okay? He's making silly tactical errors, and I just don't know what he's doing sometimes. I don't get why he starts Guendouzi so much. Nothing against Guendouzi, by the way. He's a good player, but he's playing so much. And there's other players like Mkhitaryan. When Mkhitaryan was fit, he was playing constantly, even though he was not playing well. He's not been having a good season, but he was getting played constantly. But apparently, leaving Ozil out was a tactical thing. Like, surely he'd do better than Mkhitaryan. I don't know. I'm fed up. I'm not fed up. I still care, okay, but you know, it's just a bit annoying, isn't it? Anyway, the Man United game in the cup. I need to just double check something actually, because wait, hold on a second. This is just mid-video thought here. I'm just we're playing United in the cup. I'm just checking something. I'm checking if the tickets are on sale. No, they're not on sale. Arsenal, what are you doing? It's the 15th. We're playing them on in 10 days. Where's the United ticket sales? Anyway, let's just United ticket sales. Yeah, we were just poor and we are not doing well. Like ever since the Spurs game, the 4-2, at that point, our season was good. We jumped above Spurs on goal difference. We were in the top 4. We were on target. Things were going well. And even a week later, it was still fine because we drew at Old Trafford, which I wanted more out of that, but we drew at Old Trafford and then we beat Huddersfield. We struggled, but we beat Huddersfield. After that, it was still fine. We were behind Tottenham again, but it was still fine. Then it just went completely downhill. And it just... We took 1 point from Brighton, West Ham and Southampton. How'd you go from 4 months unbeaten to getting a point from those 3 teams? And no disrespect to those 3 teams, but we should be beating those 3 teams. If you want to make top 4, you should be winning games like this. It's just... I don't know, it's just ridiculous to me. It's just ridiculous to me. Anyway, let's move away from Arsenal and move to the other side of North London, or Wembley. Tottenham lost 1-0 to Man United. I was torn on this game because they're both our rivals. I mean, if you ask an Arsenal fan who their most hated teams are, I think most fans would put their top 2 as United and Tottenham. So you know, you're a bit like you want them both to lose, really. Also, because if Tottenham win the game, then they go further ahead of us. If United win, they're equal with us. So it's just a lose-lose with this game. But De Gea, mate, he was on fire. 11 saves. I got a stat here. He made 11 saves in that game. Only time he's made more in the Premier League was 14 saves against Arsenal last season. And I remember that game as well. We dominated the game against Man United and we lost 3-1 because De Gea saved every shot. It was ridiculous. We had about 35 shots, didn't we, that game? That was absolute madness. But anyway, yeah, De Gea was... Like, when he's on form, he is elite. I used to think that Neuer was better, but right now I'd say he's better than Neuer, that's for sure. Like, I used to say Neuer was better, like even like a couple seasons ago actually. But yeah, he's a top class keeper, and he needs to show that more because There's been games where he's not played that well. It's mainly for Spain though, to be fair. But yeah, still, yeah, he's such a good keeper. They're lucky to have him, and he is the main reason why they won the game, really. And also because of Pogba and Rashford. Pogba played well. Pogba played a great ball through to Rashford. Rashford, great finish. He had to do a lot, to be fair. It was a great ball with Pogba. Fantastic long ball. Perfectly timed, perfectly placed. Rashford still had to do quite a bit. He had to take control of the ball and shoot from quite far out, quite a distance. Not a big distance, but it was pretty. He did pretty well to get in position and get it in the corner from where he was. It was impressive from Rashford. And yeah, ironically, this would be a result that Mourinho would be proud of, because they won 1-0. They went 1-0 up. They defended really well. Played some good football, and they won because of good keeping. You know, just Mourinho would have loved this. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me wonder, like, what's Mourinho doing with his team if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has just done this well already? And he's played a big team now. He's played Spurs away, and he's gone and won. Well, what was Mourinho doing? To be fair, he did beat Juventus, but seriously, like, what was going on? Like, the contrast between Mourinho's last few games and Solskjaer's games is just madness. Maybe it's to do with the players really not wanting to play. I guess that plays as a factor into it. But yeah, this is a good game. This is a good game. I'm worried now because we were 11 points above Man United. I'm pretty sure this was after we beat Tottenham 4-2. This was just over a month ago. In just over a month, they've made up 11 points on us. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry, but it is. I'm sorry, but 11 points in 1 month. 11-point lead. Giving up an 11-point lead in general is not embarrassing. But when it's in 1 month, I want us to make the top 4, but we're not. You know, someone told me that we should go all out for the Europa League, and I agree. Go all out. You know, because I think we can win that. I might be delusional there, but I think we can actually win that. Okay, I'm saying that because last year we had probably Wenger's worst season ever. Okay, and we got to the semi-final of that competition, and we lost by 1 goal to Atletico. Okay, we were one goal away from extra time for a chance to be in the final. Okay, we were close last season to getting to the final. Is my point. Okay, so I'm just saying, make a couple good signings in January, loan signings, I guess, and go all out. Make sure they're not cup tired as well. That would be useful. So yeah, because I mean, yeah, I just go all out for the Europa League. Try and do well in the league. Okay, not just give it up. Obviously, just see what we can do. Obviously, because we've got two potential paths into Champions League. Although if we don't beat Chelsea next week, it doesn't look like we'll make top 4. I don't see it, because I think the top 3 is fixed. I think not fixed like cheating. I mean like I think I know what the top 3 will be. The winner of the league will be either Liverpool or Man City. I think it's one of the two. More likely to be Liverpool, just because they played more big teams. I think more big games. I'm pretty sure they have. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I'm pretty sure they have easier fixtures overall, and they have no cups either. On top of that, well, City have got 2 cups, and they got Champions League to be fair. But I think, yeah, but Liverpool or Man City, one of these two will win the league. Whoever doesn't will win. Whoever doesn't will finish second. Spurs will be third. I think Spurs will be third. So who's taking 4th then? Chelsea are not playing that well, but they are 6 points ahead of us. Because, well, Chelsea are not playing that well, and we are playing even worse than them. And United are now level with us, so that means United have a chance now, because they're on good form. They're on better form than us and Chelsea. They could go in the top 4. You know, on current form, they probably, like, if they keep going like this, they'll deserve top 4 once, because they'll eventually get there at this rate, the way Chelsea are doing as well. So, unless Chelsea sign a striker, apparently the link with Higuain, so that could be interesting. To be fair, that could change things for Chelsea, because that's exactly what they need. They need a striker and a winger, actually, because Willian is not. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, it's a bit embarrassing that we lost an 11-point lead. But yeah, it is what it is. Speaking of Liverpool, Man City, Liverpool won 1-0 at Brighton. Man City beat Wolves 3-0. Man City was a dominant win. I thought Wolves could potentially do something just because they got a good record against the big six sides, but Man City were not playing. They got a nice dominant victory. Jesus as well got a couple goals, good for his confidence, I guess. And yeah, they pretty much Liverpool. Actually, wait, before I mention that, Liverpool, their goal was a penalty, and due to the Salah, a lot of people are saying he dived. People are defending him as well, mainly Liverpool fans. I have mixed feelings about this because he goes down easily. He exaggerates, that's for sure, in my opinion. But his shirt gets pulled. So is this a foul or a dive? Is it both? This is what I want to know, because I see people saying if there's contact, it's not a dive, which doesn't make any sense, because there can be contact and a dive at the same time. It can be a foul and a dive, can't it? Think about it. Think about it. Say someone gets two-footed, but they don't go down, and then they jump on the floor. It's a dive, but it's a foul, right? That's a ridiculous example, but you know what I mean. Yeah, but yeah, his shirt is pulled, and a shirt pull is a penalty. So, you know, I don't want to defend diving. You know, I don't want to defend diving. He definitely, like, exaggerates, but his shirt does get pulled. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to say is right. What I'm trying to say is, I can see why the ref's given it. The ref is not stupid here for giving that penalty. He's seen it. He's probably seen a shirt pull. Either him or the assistant. I don't know. I didn't see the angles of who saw what. Okay, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, Liverpool. I just hit my phone off my table. You just got to love clumsy Davidoff. I am such a clumsy person. It's ridiculous. Funny thing is, I got a new phone coming as well today. I'm still waiting out for the door knock. Hopefully I finish this video first. But anyway, there's going to be my backup phone very soon. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, Man City and Liverpool, they both won their games. They both got some big pressure on them, I think. Obviously, City have got they've got the League Cup and the FA Cup, of course, to concentrate on. I'm sure they'll take both seriously with the league and the Champions League as well. So they got 4 competitions. Who knows? Like, if they get further in these competitions, the games stack up. As for Liverpool, they got Champions League, of course, and they could go far, but it's just a Champions League. I think they can handle that. They can handle one extra competition. So this will be interesting. This will be very interesting. There's big pressure on both, not just because of the competitions, but Liverpool haven't won a league since 1990. They know what's at stake. They've been close a couple times before, like 2014 and 2009 as well. They did pretty well for a while, then dropped off. There's been a couple times where they've been close in Premier League era, but this is probably their best chance since they last won the league. So obviously there's a lot of pressure around that. But as long as Salah keeps scoring goals, and as long as the team keeps performing, as long as Van Dijk is constantly being a rock at the back, they have a massive chance. But there's a lot of pressure on them, of course. But I think they can. I feel they can handle it. They've handled it so far. We'll see what happens there. We'll see, like, February, March, April time. By then, you kind of know, like, are they really going to do it? But we'll find out by then. And there's pressure on City because it's not because they're behind, but it's because if they slip up even once, that could be game over. It wouldn't definitely be a game over because United had an 8-point lead with 6 games to go in 2012 and lost the league on goal difference. So a big lead isn't necessarily enough. But having said that, considering how good Liverpool are playing this season, one more game where they drop points might just be a hammer blow. So we'll see what happens. But I'm just hoping for a good title race. I'm just hoping, like, City are 4 points behind. As long as it stays within 3 points, the whole way through, that'd be great. Like, I think that'd be a nice little, like, cat and mouse title race. And yeah, I mean, we haven't had a great title race since 2014. So, you know, the year when Arsenal last bottled the league, because we were top of the league for like over 100 days until like March. Then we slipped away. Then it was between Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool. And that was a good title race, to be fair, that 3-horse race there. For the title race, that was a great season. And I think it's good for the league if we get more competitive at the top in terms of title races. So I think it's good if City and Liverpool go all the way. with their title race. So yeah, that's just my opinion on title races, because the last 3 years have been what, Chelsea, Leicester, Chelsea and City running away with it. And you know what, they deserve it, but you know, I want more competition. So I just think it's better for the league in general. I do care about the league, just not just Arsenal. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Chelsea beat Newcastle 2-1. Newcastle I think could have snatched a point actually, but unfortunately for them, Willian scored the winner. That was a great winning goal, by the way. But he's not. They do need to replace him, I feel. They need to improve on him. But Chelsea fans just hate him at the moment, Willian. They've been saying some crazy stuff about him. I'm just like, calm down. Just. I mean, I get that you're angry, but the things that you see Chelsea fans saying is just ridiculous. But yeah, he scored the winner to shut them up, but that doesn't change anything. He still needs to be replaced, to be fair. So yeah, I don't get why they keep playing him, but yeah, they're gonna get Pulisic in the summer. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet they will still start Willian next season? It would be so funny. It would be so funny from a rival fan's perspective. It would be really funny. But yeah, it's a win for Chelsea. They still need strikers and they need more attacking players. They can't just rely on Hazard all the time. And Jude and Morata is just not good enough for your striker options. You need someone that will hit at least like 20-25 goals a season, and they don't have it. They had it in Diego Costa, but he was obviously sold eventually. But yeah, they need to find someone ASAP. Is it Higuain? It could be. It could be. You know, he's good at club level, especially. I'm saying that because for Argentina in the finals, he's not. I'm just saying he's missed a couple sitters that could have won Messi's international trophy. I'm kidding. I sound like a Messi fanboy there. It is true though. It is true. If you look at the World Cup final and the Copa America final the year after, there's a couple bottled chances. I'm kidding, by the way. I know he's good. I know he's damn good. Okay, and I know he'll do well for Chelsea. So I'm hoping he doesn't go to Chelsea, because just for that reason. But I'm pretty sure he got recalled from Milan, so I guess it might be happening. It might be a loan thing, but I guess it might be happening. Yeah. Anyway, Burnley beat Fulham 2-1. Fulham were incredibly unlucky in this game. They went 1-0 up. Things are going well. Then they lost to 2 own goals. They're at the bottom. They're in serious trouble. Just how unlucky can you get? Like that's just the last thing you need. And yeah, it's a good win for Burnley though. They moved 3 points above relegation zone, I'm pretty sure, which is not entirely safe, but you know, it's pretty big considering, because they beat one of the teams below them. But Fulham, extremely unlucky to lose to 2 own goals. That must be. I mean, I've experienced that as an Arsenal fan. It's not the same, obviously, because it's not relegation. But I remember, like in 2012, we lost 4-3, and we scored 2 own goals to Blackburn as well. That was a banter season, because we lost 8-2 to Man United. We lost 2-0 home to Liverpool, so that's 2 losses. We lost 4-3 to Blackburn with 2 own goals, and we lost 2-1 to Spurs. We were 17th in the league at one point. It was kind of funny, and then Van Persie had us the 3rd. Why am I talking about Van Persie in 2012? Why do I sway so far away from the subject? Anyway, the review for the Fulham game is they are unlucky. As for Burnley, it's fortunate, but it's a win. Okay, it's a win. There's a package coming for me, an Amazon package. There's my camera battery running out. Hold on a second. I'm expecting an Amazon package and a new phone, so I need to watch out. Well, listen out for the door. Yeah, I'll get the rest of this video done right now. Leicester lost to Southampton. There was a lot of drama in this, a lot of fouls, a lot of diving. That Valerie guy, he definitely dived, and he was causing some trouble. And in the end, he got sent off, and he was a bit of a prick, to be honest. So it's justifiable that he got sent off. He was being a prick. And then later on, Jamie Vardy dived. That was like such a blatant dive. Like we need to kick diving out. Like literally, he's just gone down like it's. unbelievable. But people think that Kane dived against Chelsea in midweek. Nah, you look at Vardy. Now that is what you call a dive. Flipping, you can give a 10 for that at the Olympics. It was ridiculous. But yeah, there's a diving panel apparently. Apparently they can't review it unless the ref gives the foul. That's what I heard anyway. If that's true, then that's just a bit stupid, isn't it? Like, you're supposed to kick out diving, not like judge these utter whatever. Crystal Palace lost 2-1 to Watford. A bit like Fulham, but not exactly the same. Palace were unlucky in this game. Watford did well, by the way. This is a great away win for them. They played well enough to win, but they had 2 shots on target and they scored both. And that's how you win games. You take your chances. Obviously, if you're more clinical, it pays off. But Palace, they had a lot of chances in the first half especially, and they didn't take advantage. They went 1-0 up and they just didn't capitalise on it. And the guy who scored an own goal, the Watford player scored an own goal, also scored for Watford. Then they won it eventually. So yeah, Palace need to... they really should have been better in front of goal, because it clearly cost them the game. But yeah, as for Watford, a great away win. Sorry I lost my voice there, but yeah, 2 games left. I'm losing my voice constantly. I need to like wrap this up. Everton beat Bournemouth 2-0. This was a mid-table clash, doesn't do much for either team really. I actually, like, at the start of the season, I thought Everton would get close to the top 6, and I thought Bournemouth would be relegation battle, but I was wrong. Bournemouth doing better than I expected, and Everton doing a bit worse than I expected. I don't know why that plays into this game, but yeah, Everton won 2-0. As I expected really, they won the game. They played well, and they did well enough to win the game. And finally, Cardiff drew 0-0 with Huddersfield. Nothing to say. I didn't watch anything from this game, so I got no opinion. But all I'm going to say is, obviously, they're both in trouble, so this doesn't really help either team. I mean, a point can help in the long run, to be fair, but it really doesn't do anything for either team. But I kind of saw a draw coming, just because of, like, Cardiff are simply just not playing that well. And Huddersfield, like, lost 8 games in a row or something. They were both on bad form. They were both losing games, obviously. So yeah, it was, for me, it had draw written all over it. Because even though Huddersfield lost 8 in a row, I felt they were a bit stronger than Cardiff. So I felt like this is going to be a draw in it. So yeah, I predicted 1-1 in the prediction video. Should have gone 0-0. But yeah, there we go. There's my Premier League recap. I aim to do these in one take, and for the most part I've done it in this episode, but then the camera ran out of battery and I coughed, basically lost my voice. But yeah, whatever. I do enjoy making these, by the way. I know I sound very stressed and probably a bit sad when I record these PL recaps, but trust me, I do like recording these. I do really like recording these. It just doesn't really, you don't really see my facial expression. It's like my movie reviews. Like I love movies, but when I review them, I don't sound that great. I don't sound that excited. It's because I'm just reviewing. Like I'm reviewing this. So yeah, I don't know why I have to explain that. I don't know. But yeah. By the way, with this season, I'm gonna follow through. I'm going to do Premier League recaps every single week for every team. But next season, I'll change it up. Basically, what I'll do is I'll just make it about Arsenal. It's not that I don't want to cover other teams, it's just that I want to be mainly about Arsenal. So yeah, I'm happy to do Premier League recaps this season, but next season, I know it's so far away, but I like to plan ahead. Okay, so next season it will be mainly Arsenal, but also I'll do some big games and I'll talk about some other like key moments. Let's say there's a big dive or some sort of incident, then I'll talk about it. But most of it will be about Arsenal. And I'm losing my voice, and because of that I'll be able to be more flexible, because as soon as an Arsenal game is over, as soon as the whistle blows, I can record the video, get it up the next day. That's not a bad idea, to be fair. So yeah, anyway, this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.